Christmas, and welcome to this special episode of Bad Movie Beatdown. Let's talk about Christmas films. We all love them. You know the ones I'm talking about. I mean, for me, nothing says Christmas like Home Alone, for instance. The first and second ones, I'd like to say, not the third one, or the fourth one. But of course, there have been very many bad Christmas movies, and it seems like many of these turkeys, if you excuse the pun, are extremely recent movies that seem to wallow in the crass commercialism of the holiday rather than what it is supposed to be about. And nothing says crass commercialism like Christmas with the Kranks, a horrendously ill-conceived comedy starring Tim Allen, the perennial Christmas favourite, and Jamie Lee Curtis. The film is based on a book by John Grisham called Skipping Christmas. A John Grisham book that isn't about the legal system? I'm so shocked! The film is directed by Joe Roth under his production company Revolution Studios. Gee, does that one sound familiar? If it doesn't, maybe these will be familiar. Darkness Falls, Hollywood Homicide. Hell, Roth himself directed America's Sweethearts. Ow. The film starts off with Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis in bed, looking miserable. I think this is probably because they just saw the script. In actuality, they are miserable about the fact that their daughter, Blair, is flying off to the Peace Corps for Christmas. They stop at a shop to pick up some things.
I didn't bring the umbrella.
Well, I still need it.
It's gonna have to wait.
It's just rain! Man the f*** up!
I couldn't.
What? You didn't get the white chocolate.
I didn't have any.
What, did you talk to Rex?
Who's Rex?
The butcher.
As odd as it sounds, I didn't think of asking the butcher where the chocolate was.
For goodness sake, this isn't funny! Oh, I sensed hilarity!
I really think you need an umbrella!
You know why I don't want one of your stupid umbrellas? Because I couldn't get any wetter!
Seriously, man the f*** up. Soaked, Luther spots an ad for a Caribbean cruise and gets an idea. He goes to pitch it to his wife, Nora, who takes things the wrong way. Poor bird, she must be frigid.
This is a little ledger of what we spent last year for Christmas. Look at the total. We spent $6,100 on Christmas last year.
Holy shit balls! Who spends that sort of money on Christmas? I mean, Luther must be made of money. How much does he earn? Does he, like, buy all new decorations every year? Luther proposes that instead of celebrating Christmas at home, that they should go on a Caribbean cruise, doing all sorts of activities, which is half the price of what they spent on Christmas last year. That's not particularly hard.
Well, we can still give our charitable donations to Children's Hospital and of course, the church.
No, this is a total boycott, honey. Total.
It's $600, Luther.
It's a total boycott.
Why totally boycott it? I mean, you can still send cards and stuff. Don't be extreme about it. Nora seems to agree with me and storms out.
All right. Look, I'll match last year's contribution to the church and to the hospital, but not a penny more.
Glad we had all that false antagonism solved in the next scene. I mean, that would have been completely pointless.
Oh, it's not even Saturday night.
Nora's a closet nympho. I bet she is. Luther then types out a letter which he sends to every single employee that he will not be celebrating Christmas. Okay, who does this? At all? I mean, really, Luther, you're not the first person to go on holiday for Christmas. Stop being a cock about it. Also, get used to everyone hysterically overacting to this. Apparently skipping Christmas is like revealing that you're a Nazi.
We don't need a tree.
This catches the attention of Frohmeyer, who is...
He's like the unelected ward boss of the street.
Oh good, the neighbourhood fascist who no one acts like in the real world. Frohmeyer is played by Dan Aykroyd. I hate to be mean, but look at that bald spot. If someone puts a H on it with a marker pen, helicopters might land on it. Frohmeyer confronts Luther.
So you're really skipping out. Somehow it just doesn't seem right.
It's really not up to you to decide, is it?
Christmas has always been a neighborhood thing around here. You know that.
Yeah.
Everybody decorates, everybody bakes cookies and swaps gifts. Weather should be clear tomorrow. Perfect time to put up Frosty.
Ah yes, Frosty the Snowman, who Luther again makes a big deal out of not putting up. I thought the whole thing was about saving money. If he's got Frosty the Snowman, which he has, why doesn't he just put him up to appease the neighbours?
They're here.
Who?
Vic Frohmeyer, Wes Trogdon, Ned Becker, and a gang of their kids.
We're here for Frosty.
They want Frosty.
Okay, Nora, if you're really terrified of your neighbours, as your sub-sitcom antics seem to show, then just call the police.
You and Luther do not have to do anything. Just leave Frosty on the front porch. We'll put him up for you.
An acceptable compromise. Do they accept it? No, of course not. That would be sensible. Instead, Nora tries to escape in her car.
Nora? Nora, stop the car. Stop the car. Nora, stop the car. Talk to me, Nora. Give us Frosty. Stop the car, Nora.
Oh, reindeer balls, it's just a Christmas decoration. So Nora rids herself of Frohmeyer and Luther treats her to getting a tan.
Whoa! Wow! Oh! Excuse me.
What the hell was that? Was that someone trying to be Mickey Rooney at breakfast at Tiffany's? Oh, it's a contrivance so we can have a contrived scene where Nora gets spotted by their priest and a crowd of people. Not people in a bikini at a tanning salon!
She's a lady, make up your mind.
My God, Jamie Lee Curtis is a woman! The rumours were false! Luther comes out and, well, if there's one thing I didn't want to see, it's Tim Allen's bulging sack of presents. The following day...
We've made the front page.
The front page. The front page! What sort of world is this movie living in? Newsflash! People go on holidays for Christmas!
It's Bev Shield. She went for a checkup yesterday. The cancer's back for the third time.
Has it spread?
They think so.
Oh, that's awful.
This could be her last Christmas.
Sweet.
Wow, nice awkward tonal shift.
I just heard about Bev. I'm so sorry.
Also, M. Emmett Walsh, what the hell are you doing here? Isn't there like a Coen Brothers movie you should be doing? That night, the police come and knock on the door asking for a donation. The police are played by Jake, son of Gary, Busey, and Cheech Marin.
We don't need a calendar this year.
Wasn't there that big scene earlier about how they were going to make the same charitable donations as they did last year? So what the hell is Luther doing? Oh, and Nora, f***ing intervene if you're that annoyed.
Are those folks home?
Yes, they are.
Are they Jewish?
No, none of that. They're just trying to avoid Christmas this year.
If you don't cover your house in gaudy Christmas decorations, you must be Jewish. Some Christmas carolers get sent to their house, which results in the Kranks sneaking around their house and crawling on the floors.
They're trespassing.
Christmas carolers are not trespassers.
I know what I'm talking about here.
Well, why don't you have them arrested then?
I just may do that.
Listen to yourself, for the love of God. Although maybe they have their case when their entire street joins the carolers to apparently annoy the Kranks into submission. And when they sneak around the house as well. Oh, right, I forgot. They can't call the police because Luther pissed them off. You know, because the police force in this city apparently consists of 2 people. To combat this, Luther ices up the path to their house. Cue implausible slapstick hilarity. Enjoy the lawsuits and broken bones. Merry Christmas!
Your face. It's like it's frozen or something.
Gas, Max Headroom! No, it's Tim Allen doing a painfully stupid gag about Botox injections. Wasn't the whole point of this to save money?
Somebody could have broken their leg or their neck. I mean, you could have put one of those carolers in the hospital.
And that would be a bad thing.
I love how this movie is trying to make Luther the biggest prick on the planet just to make this premise even work. So it's Christmas Eve and the Kranks are getting packed for their vacation when Blair calls home with some news.
Alright.
I'm in Miami and I'm coming home for Christmas.
What?
But that's not all.
I'm with Enrique. He's Peruvian. He's asked me to marry him.
What?
And I really want to.
Holy crap, girl! Slow down a bit.
He wants to have a house full of kids.
Really, really slow down a bit.
When do you land? When do you get in?
Oh, we land at 8:03.
Tonight?
Yes, tonight, just in time for our big Christmas Eve party.
Oh, and Jamie Lee Curtis, when people call you a scream queen, They do not mean this. Ow, my goddamn ears! So now it's a frantic race to get everything together for Blair's arrival.
Larry is never gonna know about your stupid, ridiculous, childish scheme of skipping Christmas.
Isn't that nice? If you go on a cruise for Christmas, you're stupid, childish and ridiculous. Happy holidays! Luther is sent to get the tree, but there's only one left. The one he hit with his car.
How much is it?
$75.
It says 15 right there.
Yeah, supply and demand. The Scouts could sure use your $75 donation for their camporee, Mr. Kranks.
Stick it up their arse and go somewhere else. I'm pretty sure that's not the only tree around. So Luther buys the tree because he's an idiot. But look here, the token black family is coming to visit relatives for Christmas. Luther manages to coax him into getting their tree whilst they're away.
You break one ornament, we're both dead.
I will leave it just like I found it.
Of course, he won't break any ornaments. I mean, that would just be too predictable. So Luther enlists the aid of Frohmeyer's son, Spike, to help move the tree. Damn it, I did not see that one coming. You know what else I didn't see coming? A neighbour thinking he's robbing the house. I love being able to guess plot points before they happen. It reminds me of how creative we all really are. Real delicate. Elsewhere, Nora tries to grab the last supermarket ham, giving the world a collective Jingle All the Way flashback. I need to get the top of it, I mean the ham!
If there are any left, they'll be back there.
Out of my way, Sinbad! I mean woman! Ah!
Happy holidays.
Dejected? Oh, fuck.
Can I buy your ham?
Yes, you crazy bitch! Just please don't scream near me again!
Your ham, you see, it's the last one, and my daughter Blair, she's in the Peace Corps, and I'd be willing to pay anything above sticker price.
It's okay, dear. The men in white coats are coming to get you. Back with Luther, more hijinks ensue and the police arrive. Let's see if he'll miss the crucial bit of information that doesn't make this a felony.
Spike and I are just taking it to my house.
Yep. Apparently acting like an escaped mental patient worked for Nora, but here comes implausibility. Nora responds by doing the mackerel on the parking lot. Thankfully for Luther, Spike tells the cops what happened and they let him go.
Thanks, Spike.
Thanks, Spike. I think the first thing I'd say is, hey, Spike, wasn't it nice of you to ditch me when the cops arrived? So the Kranks meet up again.
What happened to the hickory honey ham?
Never say hickory honey ham again.
Okay, just don't scream. Just please don't scream. Blair calls again, and I love how we neither see or hear her during the conversation. Not so much a character, so much as a plot device, Apparently she wants caramel cream pie, so Nora has to rush out again to grab it. But she has to go to the liquor store before they close. Oh no! She also orders Luther to put up Frosty. He winches it up using a noose. Okay, I admit it, that's kind of funny. All by himself. Why couldn't he just ask the neighbours who wanted to celebrate Christmas with them to help? Because Luther's an idiot? In fact, Frohmeyer spots him. What is with the neighbours looking at each other's houses with binoculars anyway? And actually wants to try and help. But no! Luther ends up losing his balance and breaking the thing. This has to be one of the worst special effects I've ever seen in any movie. I think we actually need to see that again to appreciate how bad that was. The way he flaps his arms like a toddler really badly gives the effect away. Also notable is the fact that the trailers had this as a pretty bad practical effect, but it seems in attempting to fix it, they've actually managed to make it look even worse.
Got him? Huh?
I love how that fool was off screen. They must have used up their effects budget on that wonderful effects shot there. So the bombshell is dropped to their neighbours, you know, the ones who could have helped them if they just turned to them earlier, and they rally up a scheme to help.
Why should we do this for him? Yeah. He's a jerk.
Regardless of how you feel about Luther, I know a lot of you have mixed feelings about him now. But we're a community. And the people in a community stick together.
Which is why you accepted the Kranks holiday plans, even if you didn't agree. Oh, wait.
We're not doing this for him. We're doing this for Blair. Why should the daughter pay for the sins of the father?
Going on a cruise for Christmas is a f***ing sin now?
Guys, better go to the airport.
Why is that?
Blair needs a ride home.
I don't know if we could do that.
Shall I call the chief?
Who would tell you that they're the police, not a goddamn taxi service. So the neighbours help the Kranks set up their party, whilst the police pick up Blair and Enrique. Ha 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 ha, that's not offensive and racist at all. But Spike taps into the police radio band, I'm pretty sure that's illegal, and tells them to stall.
Why are you driving so slow? Icy roads. Want to celebrate Christmas under a mistletoe or in a body bag?
Cheerful. But there's another plot contrivance, meaning more stalling.
We need more time.
Roger.
What was that? Talking about time?
Crime. Possible domestic disturbance.
Because that's what I want to think about at Christmas. But it gets very quickly fixed. Unfortunately, it was a setup for a pointless scene involving the police stumbling on a burglar. At least it now leads to the film's only funny gag.
Get him, please!
All right! We got him.
Honey, this is going to be Enrique's first Christmas in America. Oh, I hope we make a good impression.
Oh God! Congratulations! You've managed to ruin the joke by explaining it. Bah humbug! So Blair and Enrique arrive at the party. This would be the natural point where the movie ends. Does it? No! We've still got another 20 minutes. So what can we fill that time with? How about Spike letting the burglar loose in the party?
I'm freezing to death. I'm starving out here. I haven't eaten in 7 days.
7 days?
Yeah. Any scraps I get, I give to the kids.
Not only does he believe that crock of shit, but isn't this completely out of character for the kid who scarpered when the police showed up? Then we have this musical number. For goodness sake, there is no reason for this movie to go on. Its main plot has been resolved. It's like a zombie. It's been dead a long time, it just needs someone to put some lead in its 10 spot. So how about Luther acting like a prick again?
You're still moping because you don't get to go on your precious little cruise.
There's still time.
What?
We can still go.
Luther?
Listen to me. I've spent 6 weeks planning this vacation. 6 weeks. That's longer than they've been dating.
You are a f***ing imbecile. You know, I thought you were doing this for the money, but you know what? It seems like you might have a deep-seated resentment of Christmas for some unexplained reason, because you can't actually seem to appreciate the fact that your daughter has come home for Christmas. Personally, I think you should be left on an island by yourself. Enjoy the palm trees, jackass.
Everyone out there sacrificed their Christmas Eve to help us. I thought maybe that might affect you. Maybe have you start thinking about putting others first instead of yourself. But I really don't think that's possible. It's a shame.
Not quite my words, but yeah, same point. But there's a chance of redemption. Luther sees Cancer couple having dinner all by themselves. He goes to their house, bringing the ham with him, which they accept. But Luther sees the party and realises what he could do, going back and offering the couple the cruise tickets.
This is from us to you. This is a sincere, heartfelt, no-strings-attached Christmas offering to two very selfless people who are, at this moment, having a very difficult time, looking for an excuse.
Come on, ring that sympathy, ring it hard. So, this is the end of the movie. No! One of the neighbours putting up Frosty is frozen to it because he was hiding when Blair came home earlier than expected. But that's resolved off screen. Wait, there was one other pointless element floating around. What was that? Oh right, the burglar tries nicking the Kranks' stuff.
Hey, get down from there! Get out off the roof! My car!
Hey, it's just like that other Tim Allen movie. Guy with sack, yelled at by Tim Allen, falls off roof. What was that movie called? The Santa Claus! Wait, what? Yeah, a running subplot is a mysterious guy named Marty who seems to know everyone, but nobody seems to know him. It turns out that he dressed up as Santa Claus. Well, I suppose that makes sense. So Nora forgives Luther, and finally we come to an end. Is Frosty waving at me? I mean, that's kind of surreal. This movie's not very fantastical. So he was the real Santa Claus? Nice Southern fantasy sequence, guys! The film's message is weird. It wants to reintroduce the sense of community in Christmas, but it somehow ends up looking like conformity thanks to the bullying neighbours and the fact that going on a holiday for a cruise is considered to be selfish. Not to mention that apparently skipping Christmas is considered to be something truly heinous, which is frankly bizarre. It features some horribly bad writing, not helped by the fact that the actors have been instructed to mug and scream as much as they can. All in all, a sub-sitcom experience that lacks any Christmas spirit whatsoever.